Well, let's find ourselves in ourselves. Spirit and mind located within the body, part of being a physical being. I'm aware that part of the reason I'm physically sick at the moment is because I've been working so much with my spirit and not a lot with my body and mind. And it's really important to honor all the parts, the body, mind, and spirit parts. So when I get sick, it's sometimes my body just saying, come back. But that's just me. And here we are. I invite us each to see or sense a channel of chi or life force coming through the soles of the feet, energizing the body on a very physical level. And I'm channeling a frequency that can assist in showing the energetic within the physical. Being completely on the physical plane and experiencing that as divine. I am immersed in the totality of my physical experience. And that is my enlightenment. You can see, sense, or experience the chi moving through your feet, through your legs, into your physical body, torso, arms, neck, head, throughout your being. And I'm going to go into this frequency, which sometimes I've called a gyre. Gyre is like this kind of monumental wheel or grindstone. I have this sensation sometimes that I'm moving along this giant grindstone, like as if it, like huge, like it came from a windmill or something, just like giant grindstone that sometimes I move along, and in moments that I'm very in my body and not in other experiences, this frequency comes up. And And I just want to say sometimes, depending on how you are with your balance, sometimes this frequency can create um, a little bit of dizziness or nausea or a sense of like wanting to detach from your body or something. Um, so that may or may not be true for you, but that's been true for me as I work with this frequency. So just something to be aware of. I invite each of us to let ourselves catch up with ourselves, kind of come back around to where we began in the physical. And there can also be a sense of endless space within the physical, not different from the body and space being one experience. And you can experience your life force as a spiritual force as well as a physical, so that everything about the body and its sensations is already spiritual without having to make meanings within it. And we complete the Holy Trinity of blood, love, and light, or body, love, and light, physical, emotional, spiritual. Or in more traditional terms, power, love, and wisdom. Power being the physical, love the emotional, wisdom the spiritual. Remembering that it's all contained within power, within physical presence. The rest is contained. We also have some guides with us, assisting us in tuning into our physical layer. I get the sense that there are some Arcturians and a figure of a hawk. So you could tune into these guides or whatever guides you feel like tuning into. But just remembering that they're here to assist us, not so much to be the recipient of our focus. So I recommend keeping your focus on that life force coming through the soles of the feet, up through the body. This is also an opportunity to experience raw power in a very pure sense of that word. Power without a moral charge, just as a wellspring of energy. It's also a chance to experience your I am presence. I am that I am. I am self evidently abundant. All things are within my form. I keep my form. I nourish my form. My materiality is a blessing. My physicality includes spirit. I also want to name that we have guides um, from a higher octave of experience. Um, and the way they're coming in is they're kind of they're on a frequency of yellow light for me, but it's not our yellow. It's a higher octave of yellow. So it's not a color that we can perceive with our eyes, but it's the vibration of yellow on a higher octave. And again, this can create a little bit of disorientation or nausea. So you don't have to go into it if it doesn't feel good. This is also for the full integration of body, mind, and spirit. Remembering that our journey is a spiral, that when we reach the pinnacles of spirit, we return to the body in a higher iteration of what the body can be. One of the cards out right now is the world, which is for me the completion of the spiritual journey. It brings us back to where we started, but at a higher octave. So allow the body to continue receiving blessings, sensation, information through the soles of the feet. And I'd like to ask each of us just to relax our bellies a bit. Let yourself settle fully, maybe in a way that you don't allow yourself to settle sometimes. It's okay to put everything down. You can also think of this like we're planting seeds at the soles of our feet, and there are healing plants that are growing from these seeds, stalks that come up through our body, reaching out through our whole physical form to the sun. Your body a trunk, and above you a canopy of flowers or leaves. Your body is the answer. The flame of your heart is well fed. By the coal of your embodied experience. I know I'm mixing metaphors, but use whatever ones work for you. You can also remember if this feels good to remember, that we have neural fibers, literally places to think from in our gut. As well as in our hearts and in our heads, of course. But just see if you can transfer a little bit of energy where you hold your power. See if you can just move a little bit of that to your belly. For the deepest resonance of your I am presence. I am that belly. I am that chi moving upwards from the earth. I am that I am recurrently always arriving back to the physical. I am, therefore, I am. A lot of us, particularly those of us in this group right now, have a sensation that we came into the physical from the spiritual. All of this is to say that the reverse is equally true. Um, yeah, I'm doing a meditation. Okay. Pardon me. The reverse is equally true, that we come from the physical into the spiritual, and the physical is our home. That can be a hard one for star seeds, but it's equally true. And with that in mind, on behalf of the group and myself, I invite the clearing of any physical dis-ease. I invite the physical to blossom, receive, and thrive. We'll let the clearing do what it's doing. And it's going to continue. For the moment, I wish to invite us back to social presence. So if you're very, very internal, you can come out a bit. Um, let's give ourselves a break. Again, the clearing or whatever it is continues to happen without interruption or diminishment.